Ricky Collins, who after a week off got the start back at Signal Caller, may have been better off, well, in the stands. Ricky ripped off a season low in passing yards, threw multiple interceptions for a third game, and was sacked a career high 6 times. The Syracuse PAL program has juggled over 70 events the last couple of years, but their focus has shifted away from the balls and onto the books. And in between that 107-100 double overtime victory against Cal, the power goes out. So, head coach Adrian Autry, 4 seasons aside, does this mean there's light at the end of the tunnel?
You know what? I hope it flips a switch.
Now, it's not often an 8th grader walks onto a high school course and walks off as the overall Section 3 champion. But for Braden, it isn't beginner's luck, because this is just the beginning. Syracuse men's basketball couldn't have gotten off to a worse start against Louisville. The Orange practically lived in the paint and shot 0 for 11 from 3. Yeah, Rahil, I'm not sure if you can tell right now, but my nails are non-existent. I've been chewing on them all afternoon after what was a roller coaster of a game. It had ups, it had downs, it was here, it was there, it was everywhere. And for the first home game in the Dome in 280 days, well, the SU faithful did not disappoint. Something I know all too well is Purdue football is a putrid program. But never in your wildest dreams would you ever imagine what I'm about to tell you. Are you ready for it? The Boilermakers are 0-11 in games that happen right after Taylor Swift drops a studio album. Because even if the red, white, and blue boys can't get it done, if you declare with your mouth, McJesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that he'll score the most goals in the tournament, you will be saved from at least some summer when Team USA takes the silver. Syracuse football's start to the season hasn't exactly been the cleanest. A tough loss to Tennessee and an ugly overtime win against UConn. So, what was it going to take for the Orange to finally freshen up? Well, Colgate. Sure, it may not be a huge sample size, but there are some layers to this stat that are worth unpacking. So much so that we've been demoted to weathermen.
It's been that kind of semester.
You're on the sea.
Yep.
This land is my land. Syracuse men's lacrosse has not only had road games in February, though. You might be asking, who is the guy next to her that looks like me if I had blonde hair, a mustache, or muscles? Back to the basketball court for play number 2. William Kyle looking like a kangaroo on that pass from the Aussie Luke Fennell, putting another dunk on the ball bay. My oh my, how about Fennell finding Kyle to just jump and then slam? That's a man slam if I've ever seen one. Now, I know what the News Live at 6 overlords are probably thinking right now. Why am I being such a negative Nancy? Why am I being such a Debbie Downer? Why am I being such a pessimist Peter? Well, don't worry, there was one team that did leave the weekend satisfied, and that was none other than the Syracuse Crunch. Golf's great, but as the great Jim Brown put it, I'd rather play lacrosse 6 days a week. Number 4 Syracuse men's lacrosse had a date with number 1 Cornell on Saturday, so let's get you out to Long Island. It's only fitting that today's date is 4-4, and Syracuse men's basketball has a new player to don the orange and blue. Welcome into sports. I'm Max Gifford. The Orange picked up their 3rd piece in the transfer portal today in the form of guard Nathan George. But even that Fox analyst that some consider the best was never at his best for the beginning of these big games. Brady didn't score a point in 5 of his first 6. So I have a feeling Drake may struggle at the start. So I've got $5 on the North Carolina kid to throw under 44.5 yards in the first quarter. Right away, Syracuse football quarterback Steve Angeli is out for the rest of this season. After a non-contact injury in the Orange's contest on Saturday against Clemson, an MRI revealed the junior tore his Achilles, consequently sidelining him for the remainder of the year.
Also, really haven't seen anything from Cole Serta. He had a career-high 34 points a game ago. He just has 4 points on 1 of 6 from the field. He's out on the floor with Sir Muhammad, Carson Tout, Braden Shrewsbury, and Jalen Harrelson. Syracuse comes out with Nate George, Donnie Freeman, Tyler Betsy, Nate King, and Sadiq White. George operates the offense straight away, coming down to our left. Around the screen, hands it off for Betsy. Fakes a three, free throw line extended for Freeman. Outside for Kings, his three try. Off the side rim, rebound by Tout. And zips a pass coming down to our right for Shrewsbury. He's dislodged, and the Orange have it coming back to our left. Here comes Freeman. Crossover dribble against Tout. Loses the handle on the ball, and Harrelson picks up the turnover. Down to our right, it's Carson Tout. A dribble handoff for Serta, and a foul by Nate George. Second foul on the junior Canadian. Notre Dame retains the basketball. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Harrelson methodically takes the basketball against Starling. Around a screen from Tout. Now handles against Kyle. Loose ball on the floor. The two wrestle for it. Tout gets it, zips it far wing for Serta. His three. Pushes. Right on cue. Cole Serta, his second three-point make today. He's up to 7 points, and Syracuse is just up by 6, 66-60, with 7 to go in the second half.
And you can feel the hostileness in this building pick up a little bit, Max.
Orange could desperately use a basket here. A bounce pass down low for Freeman. Double teamed on the far wing for Betsy. Straight away, Kings gets around the screen and a dribble handoff for George. 1 second on the shot clock. Kings drips a three, and it rolls in. Nate Kings up to 21 points. That leads all scorers. It's 69-60 on the fifth three-pointer for Nate Kings with 6 to go in the second. On the other side, Shrewsbury lost a handle on the basketball. Nate Kings picks over the turnover. Bounce pass down low to White. He loses the basketball and is fouled as the ball trickled out of bounds. That's the third foul on Jalen Harrelson after he just pushed White knifing down the lane.
Yeah, he just had to stop his momentum there. That was such a massive bucket by Nate Kings. Shot clock expiring. Kings gives it up, and as Syracuse, it kind of looked like this game was slipping away into one possession. That was a much-needed three.
So White goes to the free throw line where he's shooting 52% this season. His first one rattles off the heel and out. Hasn't gotten to go to the line too much because he's mostly been the one doing the fouling. Fouled out his 4th time against NC State a game ago, but Adrian Autry did emphasize in his post-game press conference he was the only one trying, which is why he kept him on the floor, even though he picked up those 5 fouls in the span of 10 minutes.
Definitely looked like it too.
Second free throw swishes, and it's 70-60. Syracuse has officially scored the same amount of points that Notre Dame's football team scored against them just 70 days ago, ironically. 6 to go in the second. Irish have it. Serta, a three. Nowhere near the hoop. That one's way too strong. Orange with the rebound, and they slow it down, coming down to our left. George gives out direction with his left hand. Gets around the screen from Freeman. The insert goes to him, to Kings for three, number 6. Not yet. Betsy with the board. Back to Freeman on the far wing. Fresh set of seconds on the shot clock. Orange slow things down. George hollers out directions. He's a pass to Freeman on the far wing. The crossover dribble to the free throw line. He's tried no good, but he's fouled in the process. Micah Shrewsbury is apoplectic on the sideline right now. Last time he was in this building, he got ejected. And he's showing his displeasure with the referees so far today. So Freeman to go to the line for 2 after he missed that bucket. The foul was called on Carson Tout. That's just the grad student's second today. And this is not the guy that the Irish want to send to the line in the final 5.5 minutes of this game. He's 4 of 5 from the line. Freeman's first free throw attempt is true. Does have a little bit of a connection with this Notre Dame team. Actually played at IMG Academy with Cole Serta, who's currently standing right behind him and pretty much eyeing the number 1 on the back of his jersey. Blows into his hands a couple times. With the Orange up by 11. Takes a long stare at the basket once again. Lifts it, and it rings out. Betsy with the offensive board, and Syracuse retains the basketball. George telling the offense to take its time. Gets around the screen from Freeman, down the lane, mid-range 2, swishes. Orange up again by a lucky number 13 points. It's 73-60, this time on the fadeaway by Nate George with 5 to go in the second. Orange starting to pull away in the final furlong of this one. On the other side, it's Harrelson. Beats a double team and loses the basketball on the insert pass. Here comes White down the lane. Skies for the layup and gets it to go off the window and in. Timeout, Micah Shrewsbury. Orange having fun in the Dome right now, up by 15 with under 5 to go in this second half. A 9-0 run for the Orange over the last 90 seconds, with the Orange looking to snap their 4-game skid.
Erin Matson has emphasized that Syracuse gives her squad fire every single time she plays them. And her squad is going to have a fire in them right now to take down their 5th top 10 team of this season. Fourth quarter action just underway from Coyne. Brent Underwood and Max Gifford with you. The last time UNC had to overcome a 2-goal deficit was the Final Four a season ago. And it resulted in a 2-1 loss to Lynn Farquhar's former team, St. Joe's.
No, and that was a game for the ages. A UNC team that went into that game undefeated, eventually losing to the St. Joe squad that, ended up getting crushed by a great Northwestern team. But, that's not a situation that they want to be in, but, they're having to step up to that challenge today.
Matson has mentioned it's kind of weird because this team did not have to face any adversity until the Final Four last year against a really gritty St. Joseph's team. It's not always good on a season-by-season basis. And with the early loss in the year to Wake Forest, she said that it's helped her team realize it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but maybe it is here. Another corner opportunity just about a minute into this fourth quarter. North Carolina has been about as good as they come in the NCAA tournament. 5 national championships in the last 10 years, 11 total and 7 in the championship. 28 total Final Four appearances as well, and we mentioned it off the top, 8 straight ACC tournament championships as well, vying for their 9th in just a couple of weeks.
And for such a strong conference like the ACC to be so dominant in tournament play for the conference, it's a huge feat for the Tar Heels.
Trailing by 1 with Mendez to insert. 8th corner for North Carolina today. To Bruder. Shot deflected, and it's tucked in. Danny Mendez on the doorstep has deadlocked this game at 3 apiece.
If anyone could come back from that 2-goal deficit, it was the Tar Heels. And now with the momentum from the third quarter going into this one, they might have the upper hand in finishing off this game. Bo Madden able to step up and create some slowdown of that ball off of Bruder. But the defense for Syracuse not able to get that ball before Mendez is able to finish.
This North Carolina bench hyped up. You can hear the noise from both benches right now. It's been such a good energy today at Coyne Stadium. And what a great fourth quarter this is turning out to be. 7th goal of the season for Danny Mendez to complement her team leading 10 assists. She was asked why she wanted to come to UNC from Virginia. And she put it pretty simply. They've won natties on natties on natties. Why wouldn't you want to come play for one of the best teams in the entire country year in and year out? She comes up with a tying goal in a very important juncture of this ball game. Syracuse has not had a shot in this second half yet. The freshman Isabel Bura. An aerial over to Sana Heck.
Great work from Bo Madden there to get 5 meters. Wait till she was in the clear to be able to step up and make that tackle, especially in that so dangerous spot on the right side of the goal that UNC has garnered most of their opportunities from.
And the Syracuse back line is going to have to hold strong over this final stretch if they want a chance to press up field. Again, we have not seen much of any offense from the Orange in this second half.